Welcome to Power Rankings Week 5, and we're going to start it right off with number 10 with the Shanghai Monkeys. They actually had a decent week, but recently they started tanking, which kind of immediately lowers them, so they're at number 10 for pretty simple reasons. At number 9, we have the undefeated Snowmen, which might be kind of weird to see at number 9, but obviously, as many people know, they're the lowest scoring team. They haven't been finding much success for themselves. Obviously, they've been finding success in the shadow of their opponents' failures, but that's obviously not much success. So that's why they're going to be number 9 until they really start picking things up in the scoring department.
For number 8, we have the San Antonio Scorchers, who are on the rise after a pretty convincing win last week against the Boomslangs.
Mm-hmm.
I think that their team, while they're going to take a hit with Joe Mixon possibly coming back this week, their team looks solid. They're gonna finally start using Adrian Peterson and Chris Thompson, hopefully, and their team is going to start scoring more points and become a better team overall.
Yep. Number 7, we have the Haciendas, who've gone on a 3-game loss streak, but a lot of that's due to bad luck. They did score the second lowest this week, so I guess you could say this week it was deserved. But I do think they have really good potential to bounce back, but until we see that, they're going to be at number 7 for now.
Number 6, we have the Orlando Boomslangs, which is a team I personally kind of like, actually. But, however, they are brought down by some boneheaded mistakes made by the owner. Recently, the owner dropped one of their a very good rookie in Rashad Penny.
Oh, yeah.
They cut him for, I think, Cameron Brait and Sebastian Janikowski, which is, while incredibly funny, also incredibly disappointing to see an owner make these kind of dumb mistakes. So I think that if the Orlando Boomslangs start to take it a little more seriously, their team will be a lot better, as they still have 2 or 3 very strong players with a core of Melvin Gordon, AJ Green, Michael Thomas.
That's a good core.
So, yeah.
All right, number 5 with the Paris Storm. Pretty embarrassing loss to the Snowmen, but bad bye weeks, combination of bad bye weeks and just unlucky performances from like Jordan Howard and Drew Brees. Just really disappointing week. Hopefully they can bounce back, but unfortunately I think they have bye weeks for all their Tampa Bay players next week. So it doesn't get any easier from here, but they might be able to bounce back. Number 4,
the Beijing Dragons. They've been a pretty solid team. They had a good win against the Monkeys last week. Well, they are taking a bit of a hit with Tevin Coleman because Devonta Freeman is slated to come back this week. But their team is still pretty solid. They have 2 good wide receivers, and they have pretty solid flex positions and average players all around. So they're one of the top higher-end teams in the league.
Yep. Number 3, we have the London Legacy, who have been on the rise lately. They're only second in scoring to the Moose, I think. And while I'm not fully convinced on Carlos Hyde, I definitely do think James White is a legitimate running back, just due to the sheer amount of receptions he gets. He's not your traditional ground and pound. He only gets like 1 to 2 carries a game. But for sure, with the amount of receptions he gets, especially in a PPR league, he's going to be racking up a lot of points.
They're actually third because the Flexers are the highest scoring team.
I forgot about that.
Obviously, yeah, but like I've been saying in the past couple of weeks, I don't know if it's sustainable, if it's all just luck. James White looks pretty good. Carlos Hyde looks pretty good. Jamal Williams, but they also have one of the best wide receivers with DeAndre Hopkins and Brandon Cooks.
And they have Devonta Freeman and Mark Ingram coming back this week.
Oh, yeah, they're going to get a huge boost this week, so I really like them.
Yep. Number 2, we have the Tokyo Moose, who upset the Flexers, which quite possibly could be the Flexers' final loss of the season.
Jesus.
I guess.
Yeah, the Moose look pretty solid all around. They have the best fantasy running back to own in Alvin Kamara. David Johnson is kind of starting a resurgence. I don't want to say anything too soon. Steve Wilkes could be an idiot and stop using them properly again. Sony Michel and Corey Davis were kind of out there picks that are starting to work out for him. So I'm starting to really like the Tokyo Moose, and I think they can maybe contest for the best team in the league.
Portland Flexers, I still think they're number one. This week they had a really unlucky running back situation and were forced to start Chisik
Kyle Juszczyk.
Juszczyk. Um, Juju Smith-Schuster has his first game below 100 yards, so I guess you could chalk this up to being like quote unlucky, but we'll see because they are in the same division as the Moose, so they'll come around and play them again later. So I guess we'll see then.
Yeah, that is unfortunate. They also just got a huge upgrade at running back. They got not
Saquon
they
Barkley.
they got Saquon Barkley, so now they have three quality running backs with Mixon, Gurley, and Barkley.
Hmm.
An outsider would probably look at his team and think, "How the hell did this happen?" And it's because the Shanghai Monkeys are trying to blow up their team and lose, and they just happen to be the beneficiary for all of them. Doesn't really make sense to me as to why they feel the best team in the league, but oh well, I'm not the one controlling it, so.
All right. That's gonna be it for power rankings, and make sure you check out weekly picks, which is gonna be very high quality this week, and don't miss it.
Had a little salt.